of National Sewing Month. We started the month with the Janome. We are ending it with a brand new machine. And here's something right off the bat I wanted to share with everyone, because, you know, we were talking about this a little earlier, that right now, because of COVID, listen, a lot of us are staying at home. We're looking for new challenges. Sewing machines, find one. Good luck. They're so hard to find out in the retail market. And Ginger on Facebook, I know, is waiting for the machine. But Janine, I have to read what Janine wrote, because this is exactly what Jennifer and I were talking about. How many people have been making masks? Janine on Facebook says she has made over 4,000 masks with her new machine. Well, first and foremost, the name Janome, it is a Japanese name. It means eye of the snake. This is a company that's been around for 150 years, and they have been at the cutting edge of sewing technology since the very earliest days. Well, today, what you are getting is, it's called the Skyline S3. It is a sewing and quilting machine. It has all the bells and whistles. I mean, from 120 built-in stitches, you have these bright LED lights, the needle threader, and the backlit LCD screen for your very easy navigation, and that just begins to mention it. So the fact that you have a worldwide shortage right now out there for sewing machines, today you are buying this machine, but it's not just the machine. I want you to come over here because you're getting tons and tons of crazy extras to go with it. All of the different feet that we are showing on the screen, the bobbins, the needle set, the screwdriver, the seam ripper. You're also getting the additional benefit of the 2 rulers. You're going to get an instructional DVD that comes right along with this as well. You're getting a large package also of some fabric that goes with it. 25-year warranty, and today it's $199.75. That's on any credit card at all, without any interest. If you have the HSN card, we have a VIP financing. It's $66.58. That's without any interest as well. And then, all right, free shipping and handling. And this is the very last day of National Sewing Month, so we're gonna go ahead and bring in Jennifer Tyron, who's my guest, who's certainly been in this industry for well over, I think, over 20 years, right, Jennifer? Quite a long time.
Might look that way.
Yeah. It's so good to have you. So I love what you were telling me, because we were talking about that, the shortage of machines. And isn't that interesting? Yep. The first comment on Facebook is from one of our callers, Janine, who's made over 4,000 masks during COVID.
And that's exactly what I'm making here, because let's face it, it's a sign of the times that this is what we're making, masks. And, you know, a lot of people started, you know, with very simple cloth masks and are getting a little, you know, funky now, using cute fabrics, making it super comfortable and tight fitting, and making it match their outfits, or sending them to school with their kids, you know, kind of decorating them up a little bit. And they've been using machines that they've pulled out of the basement or that they borrowed from their mother-in-law, and now they're ready for an upgrade. And we're seeing this in the marketplace, because there is a worldwide shortage of sewing machines. But I gotta say, Sewing Month has been planned on HSN since last year at this time. So HSN did some very smart thinking, and they ordered all of these machines from Janome when they booked me last year. Janome set the machines aside, and that's why you can buy a sewing machine today on HSN and not anywhere else. Janome itself is back ordered 18,000 machines, and this is one of them. But it's in a pile. The boxes are in the warehouse, set aside for this day. So we're very, very lucky that we can even bring you these today. It's amazing, actually. This is the Janome Skyline S3. You saw me top stitching that mask here. It couldn't be easier. So if you've been using a machine with knobs or that's not computerized, this is going to be a beautiful upgrade for you. Look at, you've got 120 stitches up top here. You can see everything is laid out for you right in the lid of the machine, and that's where all the thread and the bobbin winder is. And then you can move down to the LCD screen on our little tour of the machine. And so if you're sort of thinking, I'd like a computerized machine, but nothing so fancy that it's, you know, you'd have to do a deep dive, this is very simple to use. You just type in the number of the stitch that you want, which is all labeled up top. You can choose your stitch width and stitch length right here, and it automatically does it for you. You've got the speed control, you've got the scissors, which is everybody's favorite button, the automatic thread cutter. You've got the needle up, down, lock stitch, the reverse, and the stop start button, which is what I'm using here. And the stop start button means you don't have to use the foot pedal if you don't want. You've got the drop in bobbin, which is really nice with the clear lid, which means you can always see how much bobbin you've got left in there. And there's a little blade right here too, so that when you're putting your bobbin in, so this will be new for a lot of people who are gonna upgrade. When you put your bobbin in, you're not having to fiddle with that old metal casing. And there's a blade right here to cut your bobbin thread, and you don't have to weave it up at all. The machine just takes care of it. It's really, really great.
Yeah, and by the way, too, and thank you so much for going through. We have so much, because Jennifer's going to keep going, but I wanted everyone to realize this is the only airing of this today, Jennifer. I didn't even realize there are no other shows. This is it. This is your one opportunity to take advantage of it. And as we mentioned for everyone, because you can look at the machine here, but over here, because a lot of times, this is what makes the difference, right? Because you can buy the machine, but guess what? The machine is nothing without all of the important feet and accessories that go right along with it. So you get the zigzag foot that's actually on the machine, the zipper foot, the satin stitch, the blind hemming foot, the overedge foot, the quarter seam foot, the automatic buttonhole foot. Yay for that one. So if you have a machine, as Jennifer said, that you've been, had for years and years, it's great time to update. The spool holders, the bobbins. I did also want to show you down here, this is the case. So it even comes with a great case that goes right over the top. So it is so comprehensive. And would you say, Jennifer, that this is a machine? Now, what if for someone who's, been looking to get into sewing, or maybe they started sewing again, during this pandemic when they're making masks, or just looking for something to do at home, whether it's with them or the kids. Is this a good machine for a beginner, or would you really look at this more an advanced level?
Right. So often beginners opt for machines that have the knobs that are very, very basic, but it's the beginners that can really benefit most from a computerized machine, because the computerization does a lot of that thinking for you. It chooses the optimal stitch width and stitch length. You don't have to use a knob machine and try to figure out yourself, how long should I make that stitch? And by the way, I love this little machine. The kids use this all the time. But this is a standard size sewing machine. Look at the difference in size.
Holy cow, that's a real sewing machine.
S3. Yes, this is a real sewing machine. This is the normal size sewing machine. This is the Janome S3. I just want to show you the difference in the footprint.
Exactly.
Of, a regular size sewing machine. This is a great little machine. The kids love this machine. And this Janome machine. This really will feel like an upgrade. Or if you're new to sewing and want to get in there, I would encourage you to go for something like, why throw, $200 or $300 towards a very beginner machine when you're going to upgrade eventually into something like this? Put the money towards something that's going to last you much longer. And when you see the kind of space that you've got here, it means, yes, you can do masks, but also these kind of big, heavy duty projects. These are big blackout drapes that we're going to hem. And I just want to show you how it's going to be able to go through all of these thick layers of velvet. Okay, so yes, we're going to use this for making masks. Yes, we're going to use this for quilting, for repair work. But look at how thick this is. Very, very thick. I'm going to press the stop start. I'm also going to just lengthen my stitch a little bit.
Man, that just glides through, doesn't it?
It's just gliding through so easily.
And look at how thick, again, you're right. I'm so glad you showed something like this, because you're right. This is absolutely a machine that you are not, and even Janine said the same thing, you're not going to outgrow this machine.
And that's what I encourage beginners to realize, that yes, I get spending $800 on a sewing machine is like, ooh, but you'd spend that on a lawnmower or something for the yard. And you're gonna repair and hem pants and do some fun projects, and it's gonna last a lifetime. Janome has an amazing warranty that hardly ever gets used, I can tell you that.
Right.
And it's just a good quality machine. You can see that this isn't bouncing around on the table. with all of this thick fabric. In fact, I've got a microphone on and I'm right up close and you can hear it just nicely humming along. We haven't chugged, we haven't skipped any stitches. Now we're coming up to the big edge here where the hump is. Look.
Wow. Effortless.
No problem at all.
Effortless.
And then the scissors, and we've got a seam in that big, big, heavy drapes. No problem at all. And that's what's really great about a machine that's versatile and big like this, is that you can do these big, heavy drapes and then switch to something cool that you'd post on Pinterest or make a mask, right?
Exactly. You know, I did want to let everyone know also, Jennifer, I just realized this. Okay, holy cow, we have 87. So that is all we have. As we said, this is the only airing, and I love that demonstration. So it's just going to show that if, you know, if you're someone who's looking to invest in a machine, and a sewing machine is an investment, think about this. I mean, so many of you right now watching probably have the same machine that maybe you got when you graduated college, or maybe you got when you're young, or maybe it was a hand-me-down machine from your mom. Here's an opportunity for you to upgrade, to invest, and realize again that this is brand new today, that it's a quilting and a sewing machine. So you saw how thick that incredible fabric was, so you know that this is going to be easy to use. I love that Jennifer pointed out, when you have a computerized machine, it's basically the easiest machine to start off with. And when I look and see free shipping, that's not like $10, that is another $23 saved. So you're saving $123 today. But then here's the best part. We have extended our return policy. It's the end of January. So if you're thinking, oh my gosh, mom would love this. So maybe you want to call your sisters and brothers, and maybe you all want to get together and buy it for mom as a gift, or buy it for someone in the family. Buy it for yourself. I mean, the truth is that you get this home and you can use this easily to the end of January. And if you're not completely satisfied, you can send it back. The fact that it's a total package is also so important to me. And you know, what I love also about Janome, Jennifer, I mean, this is a company that's been around for over 150 years. They were a Japanese company. They were always and still are on the cutting edge. So for anyone who goes, well, I've never heard of them before, they are a new company. They are not a new company by any means, right? They are a well-established performance company when it comes to sewing machines.
And in fact, 63 million machines, Janome machines, have been sold worldwide. Janome operates all its own factories. No one's sending anything out to a factory in China to be built by someone that doesn't work for Janome. That's why the quality is so good. Let me show you something that I got from the warehouse. Look at this right here. I'm going to show you right above.
I love when you pull things apart.
Yeah, this is the guts of the machine. Wow. So, you know, when you open up your machine, this is what you see on the inside. All of that metal, this is it. These are the bones. This is why it's not bouncing around on the table. You can see it's exactly the same size. All Janome machines have this beautiful metal, all metal frame, not plastic parts. That's why we can, that's why Janome can boast that the warranty hardly ever gets used, because it really is such a great quality machine. The only thing that's plastic on this is the outer sort of casing here. And you know, that seems reasonable. Everything on the inside is all metal, great quality. And
that's really important,
because you can just really count on it.
Yeah, because a lot of your machines, the interior of the machines, right, Jennifer, are actually made of plastic. So that made a huge difference for you to see the inside of this machine. And then we even popped up the warranty. You have a 25-year warranty that Janome gives you. There's no 6 months, 3-month warranty. Check that out right up on the screen. So listen, this is the one you've been waiting for, and I can see and feel a lot of viewers out there. I know many have already jumped in. A lot of people going, yeah, you know, I've been waiting for a machine. Maybe you've watched throughout our entire National Sewing Month and you've been waiting for that perfect machine, or maybe you have gone out to find a machine, or let me rephrase that, try to find a sewing machine. There is a worldwide shortage of sewing machines. And then even if you're finding one, some of them you're waiting, Jennifer, if you find them, you're waiting like months and months and months to be able to get them home. We're going to ship this immediately to your home home, right? So I mean, this, and I, you know, it's funny, I was saying to Jen, the same thing like with kayaks, right? I mean, there have been certain items during this pandemic because, listen, we're very limited in what we've been able to do. We want to try the things that we can entertain ourselves at home, entertain our kids at home. This is the day to invest in this machine, isn't it?
Exactly. And when you want to do something, you know, if you're working from home right now or just spending more time at home and you've thought about quilting, maybe you've tried to quilt before, or that's something that you've always wanted to do. I'm doing the quilt binding on this machine right now. And you know, quilt binding is essentially one of those things that your small little machine will take care of all of the great piecing and doing just when you're sewing quilting cotton. But of course, this machine will do that too. But once you get to the big heavy stuff, like this is a queen size quilt we're making here. Once you get to the big heavy stuff like the binding, where you're having to go through your quilt layers, the entire quilt sandwich, this is when the machine really starts to earn its money.
Yeah.
When it can go through and have no problems at all. And you can see I'm just using the stop start button here. It's gliding along. I'm using the 1/4 inch foot. That is included in the bundle. You're getting so many great things for quilting in this bundle too. You're getting that jelly roll, which is so nice. And of course the 1/4 inch foot, which is always used for quilting. And what we love about a machine that's computerized like this is that it will tell you, if you're new to quilting, when we choose the 1/4 inch foot, it will remind us what presser foot to put on the machine. So yes, I have the 1/4 inch foot here, but you'll see all the Janome feet. So I'll just pick one up here and we can get a nice close up. All the Janome feet have a letter on them. Oh. And so you can see that's the letter C, right? Or they have, let's say, the letter A on them. So when I pick my stitch width and my stitch length, and it chooses it for me on the computer, it also says put on presser foot A. And that's this one right here, and it's labeled A.
Oh,
this is why if you're new to, this is why if you're new to sewing, you don't need to fear the computerization, because look, I'm in mode 1, mode 2, mode 3, mode 4, mode 5. There's 5 modes, and everywhere up here, your stitches are broken into those categories, those modes. So mode 1 is where you're getting all of your practical stitches, all of those automatic buttonholes. Mode 2 is where you're getting into some of your more heirloom stitches and lots of the cool decorative stitches, which are really fun. I mean, there's like bows and leaves and cats and you name it. Really, really fun stuff to be able to sew on trims. Yeah. And then you're getting down into mode 3, 4, and 5, and look at the fonts that you're getting. So if you wanted to, you know, put a label on something like a quilt, put the date in it, put a child's name on their mask. How about that idea? My kids love going to school. Yeah, with their name, or hi, I'm, you know, Ruby.
Exactly.
They love having those kinds of things on their masks or on their mittens, or, you know, people buy stickers for the insides of kids' clothes. You really can stitch all of that out when you've got the alphabet built in. And all you're going to do is just choose the number that corresponds with the letter in the mode. So if we're in mode 3 and I want to choose, let's say, the letter T, I just press in 30 and there you go. It shows me the letter T right on the screen, and it tells me, okay, don't forget to use presser foot F. And that's the one we can choose. Oh my gosh, okay, Jennifer,
it couldn't be easier, right? And I know that we have a clock that is up on the screen. Okay, here's what I have left. I have 64. That's it. So think about that. You're used to hearing quantities of 400 or 1,000. 64 lucky people can take advantage of the machine today. And again, just to remind you, this is brand new. This is the only airing, and you're not just getting the machine over here. You're getting all of this to go with it, because that's something that we do exclusively here at HSN, give you these huge packages where, again, look at all of the different feet that you're going to receive with this one. You get everything you need, the needles, the screwdriver, the lint brush. You're also getting 2 different rulers. You get the instructional DVD. You also, though, and I want to come and get the workbook that comes right along with it. This is an entire roll of different fabric that comes with it as well. You get the big case. So there's your case. What are you paying, right, individually for any one of these? My gosh, some of the different feet, You can easily spend $30, $40, $50 for a foot. You get the zipper foot, the satin stitch, blind hemming, the overedge. There's that quarter seam that Jennifer just used on the quilt. You'll need that for quilting. You're getting all of that today, and you're getting it for one day at a price of $7.99. I love that we're paying to ship it to your home. It's all free shipping. If you have the HSN card, your VIP financing, go for it. It's $66.58. That's on any credit card without any interest, and then the fact that you have the extended return policy to the end of January. So Jennifer, what would you say to any of our viewers out there who are like on the fence? You know, maybe they're either thinking of upgrading or thinking about getting into sewing and they're a little intimidated as to, will this be a good machine for me to start with? What would you say?
Well, I would say there's no time like the present. And when you've got a policy that will allow you to return it if you decide it's not for you, I would say go for it while you can, because we are in the midst of a shortage. And you will not be able to get sewing machines at Christmas time this year. If you're thinking about getting a machine for a loved one, this is the time. Take advantage of the return policy. And you want to know what? You're going to have some fun with it. Can you see what I'm sewing on here? Because I want to show you just how diverse. We made some drapes, we made some masks, but look at what I'm sewing on here, and Halloween is coming up, okay? Okay, I'm turning this up to full speed just to get it through faster, because we've got the speed mode. All right, I'm gonna put the scissors, and look at what I'm sewing. If you save all of your treats, all your wrappers from Halloween this year, all of the big candy bags, and my kids, look at this.
That's so
and
cool.
Turn them in, yeah, and we've turned them in to little purses and pouches, added zippers to them, added a little lining. Honestly, these are so fun.
That is so super, super cool. And by the way,
the machine can glide through.
Yeah.
Glide through.
Yeah, exactly. And well, we have so many callers, so we're going to give everyone a couple of additional minutes on this to shop. And how many do we have left now, Andre? All right, 50. So we have 50 remaining. I mean, I'm telling you, this is going to be a sellout. This is our last day of National Sewing Month. And I had another question for you, Jennifer. Can I use basically any fabric? Can I do like leathers? Can I do suedes? Or am I limited? Particle board? Yeah.
Oh my gosh, 100% you can do that.
Really? Okay, cool.
Because this is the Skyline series, we're not talking about, you know, a little kind of rinky-dink machine. I think I showed you earlier the difference in size between a regular sewing machine and this sewing machine. You can definitely, you're going to be sewing all your leather. Just make sure that you have a leather needle or a denim needle in your machine. This is going to glide through leather, no problem at all. And remember, because you've got all of this 120 stitches and the speed, you've also got this knob up top. And what I love about this is that regular sewing machines don't allow for. This allows you to adjust the tension on your presser foot. So if you're doing something big and bulky like those drapes that we did before, and you need there to be a little less pressure on the foot, you're just gonna adjust that knob up top. And you know, you might not really realize that that was even a thing, because your old sewing machine for sure is not offering you that. Something with knobs or something that's, you know, you pulled out of the basement or borrowed from your mother-in-law, it doesn't have all of these smart features. We don't use rotary phones anymore. This is a smart machine. Like I said, the computer, the brain in here is not something to fear. In fact, if you're new to sewing, so many beginners say, oh, well, I don't think I should invest that much because I'm a beginner. This is the kind of machine that's gonna help a beginner most. So because it does a lot of the thinking for you. When it automatically, when I change modes here and go into, you know, our straight sewing mode, it automatically puts the stitch at the optimal stitch width and stitch length for the project, which is really, really great. You don't have to do any of that thinking. Your knob machine, you don't really know where you stand.
Yeah, really.
This does all of that thinking for you.
Oh, thank you, Jennifer. Thank you so much. We have 40 left. That's it. So thank you, honey. You have a beautiful, beautiful day. We really appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
All right, guys, don't miss it. 730-325 is your item number there. And we'll let you know when it's sold out. 40 remain.